Alrighty, what's up everybody? Today we are going to be making Playboi Carti. Let's start with the most important thing, getting rid of all the default stuff. Let's just set up one of these collections, Carti. And first thing we're going to do is, I already pulled up, we're going to be getting some reference images. The best is going to be some of these like frontal images. Alright, so we picked out our reference images and let's go ahead and import them as image planes. Sometimes I don't even import these in here. I know some people like to open another window and then keep the reference like over here. Usually I either have like a combination of keeping the reference images in here, and I'll show you how I set them up in a second, or I honestly just flip back and forth between Google just because it's easier to see different like it's quicker to see different angles, and that helps me a lot. We're going to rotate this on the x-axis 90 degrees. Now I do want to mention, this is random thoughts, as I bring in our starting, let's go to the Carti tab. As I bring in our starting cube, I want to let everybody know that I listened to approximately 15 hours, 37 minutes of Jedi meditation before I indulge in this project, because I mean, look, we all love a good Playboi Carti you know, listening sesh, especially a whole lot of red, you know, that's the newer stuff. I'm an old Carti fan, but the thing is, there has to be balance, okay? So some of you, I salute y'all because y'all go absolutely bonkers and y'all are like full dark side, you know, salute, I guess. But you know, me over here, we got to balance it out a little bit. So again, before I indulge in this project, I was going to start this yesterday. I decided, you know what, I need to listen to some of this light side Jedi meditation before I indulge into this, because, you know, balance. Scale this up on the x-axis just a little bit, so I'm holding shift just to do small increments. And yep, we got the egg head going here, so I'm just gonna scale this on the Y just a little bit. I also noticed that, especially looking back in the recordings, I don't know if this is like an artist thing or what, but a lot of times I spin and just look, and I'm sorry if I do that a lot. I'm honestly just visualizing. We could shade this smooth. I'm honestly just visualizing the outcome, and yeah, I know that probably drives some people nuts, but okay. Decent start here. Let's go here. Okay, so my images aren't showing here. I believe a fix for this is if we go here and wait, how do I do this? I forget. Isn't it in it? Oh my gosh, this is where it is. Not even there, isn't it? Texture, bam, Jiminy crickets. Okay, so there we go. Now we have that. Even though I'm probably gonna be using this generally. Actually, no, I'm not. Okay, sometimes I like to turn off this. Good enough. Okay, back to this. Now we're going to use some proportional editing here. You can either just click this or hit O is the shortcut. This is way too big, so we're going to use the scroll wheel. So we can bring that down. Yes, this is how Playboi Carti's head looks. Cool. Now, just start bringing these in. Now, something I gotta remember is that this headshot is definitely like taken on an upwards angle. This is not like a straight on shot. So although the eyes are down here, probably going to be a little bit more up here and nose up here. Again, not the greatest reference image, but it'll be good enough. Just got to give it some time. Okay, you know what, before we go on to the mouth and stuff, let's start working on kind of how we want the front of his face to look. Let's bring this in a little bit on the y-axis, a little bit flatter. This part usually up a little bit more, and now we're gonna shrink the proportional editing a little bit, so we kind of start getting a little bit of a chin area here. Not gonna look the best so far, but that's okay. And then this, we're actually going to bring up a little bit, still trying to keep a little bit of that definition, and then we're going to bring this down. This is going to be our neck, and then one thing we need to do is get rid of these inside planes or faces. And there we go. Okay, so we have a very basic shape. Again, okay. Again, not a good reference image because his face isn't completely to this side. It's still at an angle a little bit. It's like you can see around, turn this off, turn this cube off. You can see around the edge of the nose, his nose a little bit, and around, like, what is this called? Like the bridge up to the forehead. So he's still kind of turned and angled towards like where we're looking right now. So we'd take that in consideration. Let's also, while we're here, F2 and rename this to head. I want to do Carti head 1 just in case some other stuff gets added into this. Okay, good. Good. So a little bit, I think we need to bring the forehead out a little bit, or maybe this in, just to get this base kind of frontal shape going some more. I know Carti has more of a I don't know how to say it, like skinnier face, I guess. Bony face. I don't even like saying it like that. That's weird. Not quite the look. Okay, hold up. Let's go. Sometimes I just be getting confused here a little bit. Let's come in just a little bit. Tone this down. Just kind of going off. Look, I didn't take any sculpting classes or anything like that. So, just trying to match the shape, okay? That's all that kind of matters. So he definitely has more of a, like, this defined chin. So we're on the right track with that. This is where things get a little bit interesting. I think we might need to add in another loop cut right here. Yeah. Alright, now we're going to take this. This is going to be kind of our nose. Bam. And we're going to do the same thing where we need to get rid of this face in the middle. So yep, this is Carti. Bam. I feel like this part up here might be too narrow, because as you can see, I got the defined chin, but it does kind of come out more. The eye sockets are definitely going to need some adjusting, but we're going to get to that after the nose, I think. We could touch on it a little bit right now, actually, because it is kind of a part of this. Be careful when you're using proportional editing. This messed me up in the Larry June one a little bit. So when you're using proportional editing, you want to make sure you're not messing up this middle line, because it's going to cause problems in the future. It's okay if it does. I did make the best of it and got it to work pretty well, but still, oops, still wasn't quite how I wanted it to be, because there was this little seam. Alright, let's see how this is looking. Okay, obviously too big there. Honestly, I might, actually, what am I doing? There we go. I'm thinking. I'm thinking I want to add a loop cut somewhere in here, but at the same time I don't. Now my reasoning behind why, because I really don't like to use too many vertices, too many vertices so far. My computer is pretty outdated, so it's going to create some problems. Sometimes it is just easier with lesser amounts of vertices. It just takes a little fandangling. Is that the word of the day? Where do I want to add this loop cut? Alright. Think we're that, and then I want to, whoops. Holy moly, I couldn't figure that out for a second. And then bring this in a little bit with the proportional editing on. Sorry if I'm whispering. This is like my thinking voice. This is kind of more fun than doing the other videos. I don't know how good this is gonna be, but it doesn't matter. This is kind of more fun, just talking about random things while I work on this. Now this has created this weird indentation back here, and then bam. Okay, another random thought we want to talk about, because we can talk about whatever. Well, let's not get too crazy. But did you guys, and my Star Wars fans out there, the Ahsoka trailer dropped today? Golly. You know, I have perfect timing for a lot of these things. You know, here's the thing. Well, it's not my perfect timing. You know, it's the universe's perfect timing, but all I'm going to say is I started watching Clone Wars a few years ago, and then right when I finish Season 6 of the Clone Wars, the last season drops. Bam. And then recently I watched Rebels for the first time. I'm sorry, I should be working on this while I'm talking. My bad, guys. Getting distracted. Recently I watched Rebels for the first time. Like, really recently. And, you know, Grand Admiral Thrawn is going to be making his live-action debut. Now, another greater announcement to that. I have actually been reading the Grand Admiral Thrawn books. It's not the Grand Admiral Thrawn books, obviously. But I just finished the first Thrawn book. I'm in the middle of the second Thrawn book. And, guys, like, I'm telling you, the timing is great. So, I don't know why I decided to talk about that, but I know there's got to be at least one of you out there that is eventually going to come across this, that likes Blender, that likes like music video stuff that I'm doing right now, and that likes Star Wars. So, shout out to that person. Okay, so here is a possible issue that has arisen. Maybe not. Hold up. Maybe so. This. I see. Okay, actually, I think this is where. Yeah, that's what I needed to do, I think. So now this can come down a little bit more. Let's turn this off. This can come down a little bit more. And now this will kind of be like our upper lip. Again, not trying to follow this reference too crazily. But yeah, now perfectly. I'm going to delete this, but just to show you kind of what I was trying to get at, this will be the mouth. Actually, maybe I won't have to delete this. We'll just do this right now. Bring this in just a little bit. And then one more time. Nope. Bam. And then get rid of these. I still don't. For the Blender experts, please tell me how to get... Actually, do I just need to get rid of this one? I still don't know how to get rid of... When there's a mirror modifier, I don't know how to get rid of that like center issue kind of when I do that sort of thing. Any tips? Greatly appreciated. So now we need to adjust this. Bring this till it combines properly. Like that. And bam, now we have mouth. This might be too big of a mouth for the initial Carti, but remember, like I said, there is going to be two Cartis, so this actually might be good enough for this one because for something. Don't worry about it, okay? I'm not doing that to be like ego. It's sometimes it's just easier not to explain. If I put the sketch up at the beginning, then it's already explained what I'm trying to go with on there. If I didn't in the editing process, then you guys will just see. So the nose. Nose is always super fun. This is where I usually turn off this. And again, actually I'm not going to say because I already said it like a million times, but we're just going to move this up just to make the nose. So, I don't like this little alien sort of look that we got going on back here. This might actually be from this one. I think I really just messed this up. Not really messed it up, but I mean, to be fair, I'm going to try to put dreads. I've never done dreads before in Blender, so I'm going to be trying to do that. I think I could just go Control A, then Control A. So yeah, I think this is, honestly, hold up. Let's take this down 1. Yeah, that's probably plenty. I mean, that's definitely plenty. This is more than I usually use, so I mean, we're gonna go ahead and throw. Hold up, let's do this because we're gonna throw the mirror modifier back on this. So let's go ahead and get rid of half of this again, because I'm not quite ready to do like individual kind of little side things. Bam. Let's throw another sub. And bam. Okay, so yeah, this is like the max I think that we're gonna go on. Okay, so this is what I was talking about with the overlap on that. So we need to fix this. Are all these overlapping? Because that would kind of suck. Turn proportional editing off for that. Golly, are all these off? I think it's just these ones too. Okay. And you can see the difference. So when it was like this, it comes down a lot farther. And then bam. Okay. Got a decent shape going there. Obviously his face or his nose way more defined, but we got that similar kind of kind of looks like a penguin's foot or like a duck foot, something. So part of this is gonna come through from right here too. Let's hide this. She's got a pretty straight shot there. Hold up, that might have been too much. So this cheekbone, maybe it is this one. I think this might look more better if the eye is gonna be right, like right here. No, maybe it is this. I can't decide. This is gonna be too much, I think. Oh, looks like you got freaking hit on the side of the head of the bat. The front might be okay. I need to pull this forward, but yeah, these back ones. Okay, so oh no, am I losing it? I think I might be losing it. I think I was on the right path for a minute, and then it's not a problem. It's just part of the process, and this is kind of what makes it fun. It doesn't have to be. I gotta remind myself, it doesn't have to be super perfect, but I always try to obviously get it as best as possible. I like to say, don't we all? But over the years, I learned not everybody cares like that. And that is actually okay. Definitely need the nose pointier like I just had it before I accidentally undid it. Maybe back a little bit. No, I liked. Wait, no. Okay. And then I think if I can't, it's okay, but if I can get bam, bam, bam. If I can get this part a little bit puffier, like that. Good. Good. Okay. Yeah. Now we got a pretty good nose. We forgot this part. Okay, hold up. Let us see. I think I can see something I can do here. What the heck did I just do? I mean, honestly, kind of. Yeah, it does kind of work there. I think we need to do a little. We need to give it a little love, though. Oops. Should really be like doing like this. So how kind of defined do we want to get? I think for a second, I'm going to step away right now, but I really like what we got going right here. This isn't going to be much of a break for you guys, so we'll see you guys in 2 seconds. Alrighty, so I just hopped back on this, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to move like 2 vertices real quick, just get back into it, and I started listening to music, and I started defining the nose a little bit more, and moving in the eyes. I keep saying and, that's cringe. So for the eyes, try something a little bit different than I usually do here. Try to make some like eyelids. Not sure if this is the way I should have done this. This is just a test. I've never tried this before. It's definitely not what we want, but I think for now, let's bring in an eyeball, and then we'll go from there. I'm using this Blender Kit add-on to just get a quick eyeball. So they have a lot of good free options. All these locked ones are like paid, but you could even do googly eyes. Alright, so now I'm just going to try to shape this eye socket. So I just rotated that on the Z-axis a little bit. Obviously this needs to go back, but just trying to get a better shape for the eyes. There we go. Ooh, I haven't saved in a while. I actually left this without saving, so let's just save real quick. Because if I would have lost this, I probably would not even like restart this. I would just move on to a different one, and then it would bother me in the future that I did that. Let's change this matte cap. Something a little different. That's a little too different. This is kind of fitting. We can just do this for a minute. I feel like after looking at that reference image in the back, that the eye sockets need to go further backwards, further into the skull. But connected only on there. Alright, so this looks not bad. Not bad. Okay, now I'm just trying to define like a eyelid area a little bit more. I kind of have this eyelid sort of thing going here. Definitely gonna have to work on that. The cats started fighting. Had to, you know, go separate them out. I think I like what I got going for now. Looks a little weird, but that's okay. There's like some Megamind shite right there. Holy crap. Okay, let's lower this a little bit. I think in a second I'm gonna move off of the eyes. I'll return to them. Looking pretty okay so far. Okay, let's try to make some lips here. Do all these surrounding ones. Bam, now I got like some Joker-esque look kind of going here. It's good. Oh, shoot. Whoops, we're gonna do faces. Okay. I like where this is going. Like the edge of the lips could use some work for sure, but it's okay for now. Yeah, I'm liking where this is going so far. Trying to decide if I want to do like teeth next or venture into the hair. Probably do hair last. I was gonna say we could insert a shape key and then do like a normal mouth for now, just so we have the saved like exaggerated smile, as well as have just like a normal lip set like this for now. But I realize I'm not ready to get rid of the mirror modifier, and that would cause problems for now, so we're just gonna be stuck looking at the Joker smile. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of at a point where I'm not sure what I want to work on next, but I do know one thing I can do is add this skin BD. Oh my gosh, BSDF. I always say that wrong. Oh my gosh, every time I look for this, I always forget where it's at. So give me a second. Hey, there we go. Just appended that over from my other projects. Here is what this note tree looks like, if anyone is interested. Maybe zoom in a little bit for you guys. You guys can take a screenshot or pause it. Different skin tones. Honestly, this one's not too bad. I think I'm sweaty or not. And then we got kind of some like alien colors you can mix. It is pretty cool. We just like put a color in there. Bam. Alright, we're just gonna try to clean this part up a little bit. Okay, let's see. That's gonna be kind of just general idea. Okay, not bad for like a blink. And at this point, this mouth is kind of bothering me, but I mean, it's needed for in the future on this, so I might just throw the other eyeball in too right now. Actually, just do a mirror modifier. Tiny bit outward. Okay, ears. That is something I can do right now. Gonna scale this down. Okay, that's usually like a oval general starting shape for when I do ears. Rotate this 90 degrees. And the same like that. I think I've never tried this on ears, but I mean it works on a mouth and eyelids, so I mean why wouldn't it work on ears? Basically, the idea is going to be Carti's going to be going the transformation into like the vampire version of himself in this. So I think I'm going to make like normal ears per se, you know, obviously normal like this. And then there's going to be a shape key that makes it into like pointy ears. So when the transformation happens, so basically let me just give you a quick example. So we'll have boom. We'll just say boom, this is our normal ear. And then we'll have one like this. So then when the transformation happens, boom, it'll go to like the pointy vampire ears. Yeah, that's gonna be tight. So yeah, let's just kind of use this ear reference we have. Be easier. I forgot to turn this on. This makes it hard to see. It's still hard to see. Whatever. Boom. Yeah, something like that. Good enough. Okay, wait. Did I flip it by accident, or did I, just give me a second. Oh no, I hear a leaf blower. So, since my reference images are all messed up, basically gonna have to use, like, the top of the ear is gonna be at the top of the eye. So, something like that. Oh no, I hear it getting louder. Gotta go close the window. Alrighty, I did add one quick thing off camera. I had this little setup in order to change. So when he goes vampire mode, we'll have this keyframed. Boom. So just like the ears and a few other things that we're going to keyframe, this will be full vampire mode. I did add in this color ramp in case I wanted to make it a little bit brighter and stuff. Honestly, don't really need the color ramp. Alright, let's mess around working with the ear. Okay, now we're in face select. Insect this a little bit. I'm gonna do this one more time. Probably actually a couple more times. And then with proportional editing, actually I'm in the shading tab. Might as well add this, something like that. Let's move this out a little bit. I'm not sure why it keeps doing that. It keeps like undoing. Excuse me. It keeps undoing like the shade smooth, and I'm not sure why. Alrighty, let's add some more features to this ear, just to make it look a little bit more like an ear, and not just like a weird indented cylinder. Let's go back into this too. So basically just want to add some kind of irregularities. I mean, it's normal, but I just mean, just so it's not just like this smooth kind of thing. Just make this look a little bit more like an ear. Back into the vertices select, pull some of these around here, because there's like this little pocket here. Okay, don't need to spend too much time on this here, but let's also add a mirror modifier to this. Yeah, let's work on the facial hair next. Probably something like this. Oh, it doesn't even really go to the... It's the little bottom, like, chin thing. Chin beard thing. Doesn't even go to the bottom. This makes it even easier. Bam. So now, separate that. Now we're going to use the shrink wrap modifier on this. Pull up the shrink wrap. Boom. Alright. Let's also like pull this around a little bit more. Because right now it just kind of looks like a band-aid. And let's move this one towards us a little bit more now. I know this is pretty jacked up, but we're gonna fix this. And we're gonna add a loop cut here. Okay, so this isn't enough. What's going on here? It kind of bothers me. It's a little bit off. I know. It's pretty close. What am I doing here? Hand is falling asleep. It's probably gonna be a pretty big gap, though. Yeah. What if I just bring these up? I don't know, we'll mess around with that, it's okay for now though. Okay, let's do some eyebrows. So again, I've never really done it this way. Do the same sort of ordeal here with the shrink wrap. Bam. We need to change this material, make it easier to see. Yeah, it looks a little messed up. We gotta work on that. Let's see, what does this man's eyebrows look like? Flat going. This is not what we want. Honestly, let's just be slick about this too. I already fixed that little blemish there. Alright, so what can we do about these eyebrows? First off, oh wait, I undid the mirror. It's I'm I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. Might be okay enough, but maybe not good enough for me. Oh, mustache. At some point I feel like this is starting to look less and less like Carti, but you know what? All in good fun. I have to really trust the process on this one. Let's delete this last vertices here. Except I already noticed one flaw. I don't know if I should point it out. I'm going to point it out, obviously. The nose is a lot lower. Is that my problem? So I know I adjusted this, but this is kind of like a squinting face anyways. It's gonna be our attack face, our screech. I'd give you guys a screech right now, a good old pterodactyl screech, but it's pretty late right now as I am returning to this project, so I'm not gonna give that to you guys. You guys are missing out. Maybe tomorrow, because I'm definitely gonna pick this up. Let's do some teeth next. The kind of general idea I have for the teeth was to once again have some shape keys for that. We're gonna have some normal teeth that turn into some fangs for when he goes into vampire mode. So we go ahead and bring in a normal cube and throw on a subdivision surface, and basically kind of shaped a general idea of how I wanted these like kind of canine teeth to look. And then when I had the general shape that I was happy with, I went ahead and set up a shape key and used proportional editing to kind of give it that fang look. Also ended up making a nice little gold material using a color ramp. Pretty easy. Also turn up the metallic switch and the roughness, and that's how you get an easy gold. You can also download one off Polyhaven or something. And initially I thought that was okay, but I figured I should add in, you know, like normal teeth as well. So I went ahead and did that, threw in kind of the front four of the top and bottom in between the fangs, and also kind of covered those in the gold as well, as if they were his grill, because the reference image I was using, he had I don't even think it was a gold grill, I think it was a silver grill, but anyways, he had a grill over like the front, let's see, top 6, top and like bottom 6, and then the rest were white, so I just used white teeth for the rest. At this point in the video I actually stopped doing live recordings because I was very tired, so that's why I'm a little bit ahead on the commentary. Alright, so next up I wanted to add some hair. Now in the past couple characters I've made, Larry June, the Alchemist, and like my alien characters, I've messed with the hair emitter. It's very annoying to mess with, and I'm still learning about it. But this one I wanted to try just like some normal, I don't even know what to call it, like just normal mesh, I don't know, modeling I guess. So I went ahead and selected a bunch of the faces where I thought like his like base hair would be. And just like the facial hair, I duplicated them and then separated them by selection. And then I added a solidify modifier just to give it that little bit of lift off of the normal base head. Oh, and at some point make sure you take the time to rename all your cubes and stuff you're adding on, like the little facial hairs, all that stuff. Because as you continue to grow your scene and add more things, it just helps you find whatever you're looking for a lot easier and faster. But next up, I wanted to try making some like dreadlocks. I have not even made like long hair in this before, so I was just trying like a few different things. I remember when I made like a Utopia video, like a futuristic city, I played around messing with like some kind of cylinder kind of shapes and like twisting them up. So I kind of took that general idea and took a cube and put like a very low subdivision surface on it and basically like twisted up a few of them, just to try to get like that twist kind of look using the simple deform modifier. And honestly, I got a better result than I was looking for. I don't know how I'm going to animate this to make this look good. At one point I did try to add an armature to it, but I'll revisit that later when I'm ready for it. And I know this definitely does not look the greatest, but it was a lot better than I was expecting, and I'm pretty happy with it for now. So that's pretty much what we're rocking with. I just decided to add a few different strands. Alright, and as we wrap up part 1 of this making Playboi Carti cartoon, animated, whatever we want to call this, I decided to add I decided to add the bottom fangs and a couple more teeth in, and then as well as a tongue. Now there's 2 iterations of this. I added one forked tongue and it just like I creeped myself out, so I decided not to use that. And then lastly, I came in and added the shape keys to the ear, like shaped the ears up into kind of how we wanted them, like bat ears almost kind of. But that's going to wrap up part 1 of making Playboi Carti animated. So thank you all for watching if you made this journey, and I'll see you in the next one.